for Island University Gymnasium, and a big hello to fans watching at home on SportsCanada.tv for this afternoon's PACWEST basketball matchup featuring the visiting Columbia Bible College Bearcats from Abbotsford and your VIU Mariners. The VIU Mariners recognize and appreciate the privilege to live, learn, and compete on the unceded territory of the Stoney First Nation. The strong partnership between VIU and Stanima provides a solid foundation for the success of the Mariners as students and as athletes. A big thank you as well to our friends from the VIU Students Union, VIU Thrive, and Island Swish for being here as part of our weekend to make noise for mental health. At this time now, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams, beginning with the visiting CBC Bearcats. At guard, number 3, Kyle Brown. At forward, number 6, Jonathan Dillon. Point guard, number 9, Clive Adams. At forward, from Nanaimo, number 22, Brad Ransdell. And at forward, number 23, Keegan Shurman. The Bearcats are coached by Drew Slide, assisted by Chia Ashley. The CBC Bearcats. And now the starting lineup for your VIU Mariners. 15-year guard from Richland, Washington, number 3, Lando Radcliffe. 30-year forward from Calgary, number 9, Akor Iwat. 5th-year guard from St. Louis, Missouri, number 11, Rich Henderson. 2nd-year forward from Prince Rupert, number 12, Kai Layton. And 5th-year guard from Denham Springs, Louisiana, number 20, Tori Odom. And the rest of your VIU Mariners.
All right, basketball fans, welcome to the second game of a weekend doubleheader between the Vancouver Island University Mariners and the Columbia Bible College Bearcats men's basketball squads. The teams played last night. The Mariners came away with the W, which propelled them to an 11-0 start to their season, while the Bearcats fell to 1-10 to get their season started. Akor Iwat off the feed from Radcliffe puts the layup in off the glass. Akor Iwat getting started early in this one offensively. I think he was one of 5 Mariner players yesterday to be in double digits in scoring. Drive inside by the Bearcats, no good. Great defense there by Tori Odom. Henderson bringing the ball up, coming back the other way. Layton gives it to Radcliffe. Nice crossover move, drive inside, kicked out to Layton, who fires from 3. And that rattles off the iron. It was a good look there from Kyle Layton, who can certainly shoot the ball from distance, is a very big threat out there for teams facing the Mariners. Layton does a little bit of everything to kind of round out that starting 5 unit as one of the forwards. He can shoot the basketball, like I just mentioned, and he can also defend, communicate. He can also facilitate as well. He's one of the better passing forwards in the league for sure. Sherman kicks it to the corner. Jump shot there. This time by Lansdell, gets the Bearcats on the board. It's going to be his first points in this matchup. Had a strong outing last night against the Mariners as well, despite what seemed like a lopsided score. Radcliffe off the feed from Iwat, drives inside. He stops and pops the layup into the basket. Landon Radcliffe, who had an excellent game last night. I believe he had about 7 assists. There were a couple of alley-oop passes as well. And as one of those Mariners I mentioned that were in double figures and scoring was excellent. Adams pounding the basketball in front of Odom. He drives. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Richard Henderson, it looks like, and it's going to be Bearcat basketball yet again. Off the inbound pass, Sherman, mid-range jumper's good. He gets the fall away to go right through the hoop there. Keegan Sherman, the first-year forward out of Chilliwack, BC, knots things up at 4 for the Bearcats. Radliff gives it to Uwat, who spins and drops the layup into the hoop with the floater. Akoy Uwat. It's 4 quick points already here for the forward from Calgary, Alberta. Certainly seems to be in mid-season form after missing the first part of the academic year playing basketball. It's nice to have him here playing again in VIU colors in 2023. He's the reigning CCAA Player of the Year for men's basketball. Henderson, nice defense there on Sherman, comes away with the rebound. Odom running out in transition, using that speed. The alley-oop to Akoy Uwat, and he lays it in with a nice finger roll. Akoy Uwat thought he was going to slam that down for a second. I'm sure we'll see that soon, but played it safe with the finger roll for the easy deuce. Great feed there by Tori Odom. Adams, jump shot. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bearcats. Mariners are going to inbound right in front of the Bearcat bench. Odom gives it to Henderson. Back to Odom. Over to Radliff outside the perimeter. Guarded by Adams. Radliff drives inside. Layup can't quite trickle in. He gets his own offensive rebound, though. Great hustle there by Landon Radliff. And on the putback layup, he gets fouled and will go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 points. Radliff makes the first free throw. As I said, he had a stellar game last night. He had 18 points, a steal, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, and made 2 3-pointers as well. Adams hands that one off to Dylan, who had a couple of nice dunks last night. Wearing a headband here today, I see as well. I like that. Sherman drives, baseline on Henderson, pulls up. That one's off the mark, rebounded by Radliff. Mariners running out in transition, using that speed. Radliff finishes the layup through contact. Landon Radliff. The Mariners are getting things started real early here in this one. Mariners bringing that press against the Bearcats. Adams comes up the court. Beautiful block inside by Richard Henderson. He got his entire palm on that one. Uwat hands it off to Radliff, and Henderson flushes it down on the putback dunk. Richard Henderson, my goodness, he slammed that one home with both hands. What a beautiful dunk that was for the Mariner forward. Looks like another block. This time Uwat. Odom running out in transition. Hands it off to Henderson, and he was looking for the other dunk, but he lays it in instead. Back-to-back baskets for Richard Henderson. Mariners showcasing their athleticism early in this game. Not only are they long, tall, and strong, but they can also leap out of the gym. We've seen a bit of that early in this game. So timeout called. Mariners jumping out to a 16-4 lead early in this game here. The Mariners have just been in attack mode on both ends of the court. They're bringing that press off of the inbound defensively to put pressure on the Bobcats and force them to make mistakes. But then they've also brought that heat onto the offensive end as well. Landon Radliff and Akoy Uat already have 6 points each in this game. Henderson has 4 as well. Radliff also has 2 assists and 2 rebounds. The Mariners have just been on fire to start this game. The Bearcats are going to have to bring their shovels and lunch pails if they're going to want to get their second win of the year here and steal a home game against the Mariners. So Clive Adams at the free throw line here. Gets that free throw to go. Adams having a really strong season here for the Bearcats. In 5 games this season, 3 as a starter. He's averaging just about 12 points a game on an efficient about 36% from the field. Uat gets fouled on the way up. Oh, apologies. It looks like that's being waved off, and it's getting called as a jump ball, a tie-up. Adams has Odom working on him. Comes away with the steal, Torrey Odom. Something we're so used to from Torrey Odom as he gets the fast break layup off of the steal. The veteran guard from Louisiana able to get on the board here early in this game. Radliff off the Bearcat mistake. Torrey Odom back in transition yet again, and that's back-to-back transition layups for Torrey Odom from Louisiana. Dillon kicks that one out. A three-pointer from the Bearcats is good. Asserit able to drill that one right in front of the Bearcat bench. Layton gives it to Uat, who has and a huge slam backdoor by Akoy Uat. Oh my goodness, that one's going on TSN later tonight. Akoy Uat with a two-hand jam. Back in transition now. Torrey Odom, another layup. This time with the left hand off the feed from Akoy Uat. Nice passing play there by the forward. Great job by the Mariners too to get out in transition fast. Try to tire out those Bearcats. Dillon spins his way to the basket and finger rolls it into the hoop. Odom running right back the other way. Drops it off to Henderson, and he's able to put it in the basket for 2 points. Richard Henderson, another deuce here for the Mariners. It's 26-10 with about 2:45 remaining in the first quarter. It's been all Mariners so far. Off the Bearcat miss, Torrey Odom. He almost lost the handle there, but he gets the acrobatic and crafty layup to go. Torrey Odom, another 2 points. I feel like a broken record in this game already. Adams to Lansdell. Pulls up from mid-range. One rattles off the iron. Almost bounced right back in. But Jonathan Dillon able to clean up the scraps and get the putback layup to go. Odom tried to find Uat, but that gets picked off by Asserit, who comes back the other way. Tried to kick it to the corner, but Kai Layton comes away with the steal. Akoy Uat behind the back. Little move there and puts it in with the right hand. Flexes his muscles there. Akoy Uat, another 2 points here. Almost another steal there. Refs call a travel on that play. Believe it was against the Bearcats. Substitution here for the Mariners. Kai Layton's going to take a seat, and Ryan Bastian comes into the game as Tori Odom's step back three is off the mark. Looks like there was a foul on the play, though, so I think Tori Odom is going to have a chance to take 3 free throw shots. Odom last night was fantastic yet again. He had 15 points on 7 of 10 shooting. He had 8 steals last night to go along with 3 assists and 4 rebounds as well. And Odom this season has been an absolute menace in the PACWEST men's basketball individual statistical leaderboards. He's currently in the top 5 in points per game, 18.1. It's dipped a little bit since the Koi Ute came back because there's some extra shots to go around. He got to, almost an alley-oop pass backdoor to Richard Henderson. Pass was a little bit too high, though. Certainly a good look there for the Mariners. Jumping out of the gym in this one, and Henderson and Odom are going to take a breather, and Jackson Cooks is going to come into the game along with Noah Leto, who was wearing number 13 last night, but is wearing his usual number 16 again in this game. Ubaldo. Nice pick and pop play, kind of with Jonathan Dillon, who makes his way to the basket and gets fouled on the way up. Solid game last night for Jonathan Dillon. Had the majority of his work put up in the first half of the game, where he had 2 really nice dunks against the Mariners. 2 baseline drives, almost the exact same play. Dillon had 10 points last night. He had 3 steals, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds on a very efficient 5 of 9 shooting from the field. And Ubaldo comes away with the steal. Akoi Uat, the behind-the-back chase-down block. Looks like LeBron James on that one. And he's able to keep the ball out of the Mariner basket. Bastian to Zimmerman. Over to Cooks, who fires from 3, and he drills it. Jackson Cooks from Prince George, BC, the Dutchess Park Secondary School alumni, the former Condor, splashes one right in front of his team's bench. Less than 25 remaining in the first quarter here. Mariners up by 22. Nearly forced another turnover there, but it's going to remain Bearcat basketball. Akoi Uat is going to take a well-deserved breather in Marcus Modrovic, who had a fantastic game last night off the bench for the Mariners, checking back in for the first time. Bearcats in the corner for 3 as the shot clock winds down. Doesn't quite touch the rim, as they were just trying to throw it up to try to avoid the turnover, but failed to do so. Modrovic, who is inbounding the basketball, had a stellar night for the Mariners against CBC just last evening. He had 11 points on a very efficient 5 of 7 shooting, as Ryan Bastian's three-pointer before the end of the quarter is off the mark. We're going to take a quick break for the quarter. We'll be back in a minute here.
Will you please have everyone clear the court so the players can get back on, get the game going? Please, Island Swishers, please clear the court. Thank you very much. That's good coaching right there. Look at that. All right.
And Ryan Bastian able to get that jump shot to go. A beautiful release there by Bastian. Another few points on the board for the Mariners here. Ubaldo coming back the other way is hounded by Jackson Cooks. Ubaldo with less than 5 on the shot clock swings that one. 3-point attempt by the Bearcats is off the mark. That was Van Egdom that shot that one. Zimmerman in the corner now for the Mariners. Cooks gives it down low to Leto. Ryan Bastian back to Leto. Tried to find Marcus Medrovic back door. Ubaldo off the inbounds pass is picked up almost immediately by Jackson Cooks. Ubaldo hands that one off to Keegan Sherman. Jonathan Dillon tries to bully his way into the paint and find Baker, but that gets picked off by the Mariners. Coming back the other way now, Zimmerman throws it inside to Medrovic, who has a free lane to the hoop, and he makes no mistake and finishes that one off with the left hand. Marcus Medrovic from Victoria, BC gets another 2 points here for the VIU Mariners. Ubaldo working on Jackson Cooks, hands it off to Dillon. Good try there, but better defense by the Mariners. Ryan Bastian coming back in transition now, gives it to Cooks and swings it to Medrovic. Bastian up to Cooks, to Zimmerman, over to Medrovic on the baseline. In the corner now, Bastian tried to find Leto, but Leto can't quite squeeze that one in his hands, and that goes out of bounds. It's going to be Bearcat basketball. Crosina checking into the game for the first time a couple possessions ago is being guarded by Jackson Cooks. Tried to thread the needle back door to Van Egdom, but that nearly got picked off. But the Bearcats recover, and Crosina able to drill the three-pointer from the left corner. Nice shot there by the first-year guard from Prince George, BC, a Cedars Christian School alumni. So good chance he knows a couple of the guys from Prince George on the Mariners team, including Zimmerman and Cooks And Jonathan Dillon gets the backdoor feed and makes no mistake on the short-range layup there. Another 2 points there for the Bearcats. And the Bearcats come away with the steal. Krosina waiting for his teammates to come back. Three-pointer from the left corner by Van Egdom is off the mark. It's going to go out of bounds, last touched by the Mariners as they try to recover the rebound, and it's going to be Bearcat basketball. A couple of substitutions here for the Mariners. Bastian and Leto are going to take a well-deserved breather, and Henderson's going to come into the game, as well as Peter Lee, it looks like, for the first time in this one, who absolutely caught fire from beyond the arc late in the fourth quarter for the Mariners. Keegan Sherman gives that one to Jonathan Dillon, and he flushes it with a two-handed dunk. A beautiful finish there by Jonathan Dillon, the first-year forward out of Sanger, California. It's going to be Dillon's 9th points of the game on that one. He's shooting 4-7 from the field. He's got 3 rebounds and 1 assist to his name as well. And Mudrovic throws it inside to Henderson, back out to Cooks, who fires a 3. That one rattles off the iron. Jonathan Dillon nearly came away with the rebound, but it was knocked out of his hand by Mudrovic, it looks like. So the Bearcats are going to inbound on their baseline. Van Egdom gives it to Krosina. Over to Keegan Sherman, back to Dillon, who's gotten going offensively really early in this first half. It's been great to see. And Krosina. Krosina looks like he got called for a charge on that one. And Tori Odom coming back into the game. Jackson Cooks, after playing some valuable minutes off the bench, is going to take a well-deserved breather. It's been really great to see his development this year. He's playing more and more minutes, it seems like, every game. Henderson bullies his way to the rim over two Bearcat defenders and gets fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 points. 5:28 remaining in the first half. The Mariners currently up by 19. They lead the Bearcats 39-20. And Henderson unable to convert the first free throw. Can't get the second free throw to go either. He nearly grabs his own rebound, but it goes off his hands out of bounds. It is going to be Bearcat basketball. And Richard Henderson is having a monster season for the VIU Mariners men's basketball team. In 11 games played, 10 as a starter in over 27 minutes a game. He's averaging over 15.5 points per game on 49% shooting from the field. He's also averaging 10 rebounds a game, 1.5 assists, and over a block a game as well. So a threat everywhere on the court for the Mariners as Krosina comes back the other way and hits a 3 from the left corner of the court. Peter Lee gives it to Kai Layton. Over to Mudrovic. Back to Odom. To Mudrovic. Peter Lee. Tori Odom for 3, and he drills it right in front of his team's bench. Tori Odom's had the hot hand this game, and he drills the three-pointer. Krosina hands that one off to Sherman. Nice behind-the-back move on Henderson. He threads the needle and finds Clive Dillon down low. That one gets swung to Jonathan Dillon, who muscles his way to the basket. Good layup attempt, but better defense there by Kai Layton and the Mariners. Tori Odom back in transition. Gets thrown into the ground on that one. Gets up right away. Good sportsmanship there by Tyson Baker, helping Tori Odom up after they ran into each other. Tori Odom did a great job of absorbing the contact there as he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. said it a lot before, but Tori Odom reminds me so much of Allen Iverson in their play styles from the sense that they're so quick. Maybe not the tallest guys out there, but they're incredibly quick and athletic. Do not think that because there are other players taller than Tori Odom that he is not athletic. Certainly not the case. And also, no fear at all. They're so intense, and especially driving to the hoop, a lot of the times against bigger players, absorbs the contact, and sometimes he'll get hit hard, but he will come right back down the next possession and do the same thing. And Kyle Layton finishes the layup with the right hand. Nice finish there from the Prince Rupert, BC native. Peter Lee hounding Crosina. Adams gives it to Dylan. Sherman fires for three. A good look there, but it's rebounded by Landon Radliff, who's back in this game. In transition. Tori Odom for three, nearly the same spot, and he drills it. Tori Odom is on fire. It's like he's shooting a golf ball into the ocean in this game today. He's shooting 6 of 8 from the field, and he already has 17 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. My goodness. What? It's going to be a timeout here, courtesy of the Bobcats. Going to try and re-strategize here as they try to claw back into this game to try and give themselves their second win of the season here. The Mariners currently leading 48-23. They're trying to keep it that way. Despite a similar score gap last night, the Bearcats, certainly didn't make it easy on the VIU Mariners. Despite all the points they got, they actually got past the century mark. They had 103 points last night, but despite that, it was no easy baskets there for the Mariners, as CBC did a great job of playing hard all the way through, despite being down early, just like in this game. Crosina is going to inbound on the Mariner baseline. Gives that one to Clive Adams. Apologies, that was Jonathan Dillon. Crosina pulls up. Good defense there by Radliff, but the refs are going to call the foul against him. And, Mitchell Crosina, the first-year guard from Prince George, is going to go to the free throw line yet again. Crosina able to make the first free throw. There's 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first half here. Mariners currently up 48-24. And he makes the second one. We're seeing a little bit more of Crosina earlier in this game than we did yesterday. One of the adjustments that the Bearcats have seemed to make going into today. Landon Radliff off the feed from Tori Odom, drills the three-pointer. The nice step-back three from Landon Radliff. He snipes that one right in front of the Mariner crowd. A steal by Landon Radliff, coming back the other way now. Hands that one off to Henderson, who bullies his way to the basket. Can't get the layup to fall, though. Sherman with Henderson working on him. Dillon drives on Kyle Layton. Tries to bump him, but that certainly doesn't work. Akoy Uot all alone. The behind-the-back dunk there. Oh, my goodness. Akoy Uot, the double clutch as well. My goodness. What a highlight reel play by Akoy Uot, the reigning CCAA Men's Basketball Player of the Year. My goodness. Corner three from the Bearcats is good. Kyle Brown snipes that one right in front of his team's bench. Answer that dunk with a three. Uwat to Radliff, over to Odom, who finds Layton in the corner, who fires a three and drills it. Answers the Bearcat three with one of his own. Kyle Layton from Prince Rupert, BC. Snipes that one in the corner. Crosina passes that one off, and another three-pointer, this time by Levi Van Egdom. Answers right back. It's kind of a shootout here in the last few sequences. Henderson to Radliff, who fires another three, and oh my goodness, it's raining buckets here in the VIU gymnasium. Landon Radliff answers another three with one of his own. Minute 5 remaining in the first half. Both teams heating up right here offensively. Brown hands it off to Sherman. That's picked off by Radliff. Comes back the other way. And another alley-oop. Akoy Ute slamming that one down with both hands, this time off the feed from Tori Odom. Oh my goodness. The Mariners are going to have to make sure they don't break the rim before the end of this game. Dillon driving through contact, gets fouled by Kyle Layton, it looks like, and he'll go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 points. My goodness. What a crazy last couple of minutes. We've had everything. We've had steals, we've had three-pointers, a lot of them to be in fact, and a couple of Akoy Uwat dunks. I mean, what more can you ask for if you're a fan of PACWEST men's basketball? So Dillon misses the second free throw, goes 1 of 2 of the line, and Radliff tries to get a deep three in front of the scorer's table to go. Dillon kicks it to the corner to Van Egdom, but looks like there was a foul called on the play. The Bobcats are in the bonus, so for the last about 25 seconds that are remaining in this first half, every time the Bearcats are fouled, they are going to go to the line. So that's why Jonathan Dillon is there right now as he makes the first free throw. Dillon also had a dunk of his own earlier in the first quarter. It's been a dunk contest here, it seems like, in this one. Odom gives it to Radliff. Gets the screen from Henderson, who drives inside, lay it with the left hand. Radliff gets fouled on the way to the cup. And we'll go right back to the free throw line. Radliff makes the first free throw. Radliff goes 1 of 2 at the line after that miss. Odom off the steal. The missed jump shot, and Akoy Uwat is able to finish that play. It almost was like an alley-oop pass there. I don't know if it was intended. I'll give Tori Odom the benefit of the doubt, though. What an assist by Tori Odom, and Akoy Uwat is able to finish off that one as time winds down. And that's going to do it for the first half of action between the VIU Mariners and the CBC Bearcats in Vancouver Island University Gymnasium. Been a really exciting game, a lot of highlight reel plays between both teams. Before we take a break for halftime, we're going to talk about a couple of bright spots in terms of individual statistics and performances. So on the Bearcat side of things, Jonathan Dillon picking up right where he left off yesterday. He has 12 points, which leads Bearcat scoring. He's also got 2 assists and 4 rebounds. He's shooting 4-9 from the field. And then Crosina also playing very well. He's hit 2 of 2 of his 3-pointers, and he has 8 points. He also has an assist. And Van Egdom he has a 3-point make as well to go along with 2 assists. And then on the Mariner side of things, each player seems to be in attack mode in this game. Everyone sharing the rock and getting buckets here in this one. Tori Odom leading the way offensively here for the Mariners. He's got 17 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds on a very efficient 6 of 8 shooting, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. And Akoy Uwat, 16 points. He has yet to miss a shot. He has made all 8 of his attempts so far. He also has 2 assists and 1 rebound and a few highlight reel plays, including a few dunks. And Landon Radliff also playing very strong. He's got 13 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's hit 2 of 4 of his 3-point makes. And Richard Henderson, he's got 6 points in this one, 1 assist, 3 rebounds on 3 of 6 shooting. And Kai Layton has 5 points and 2 assists. Like we've talked about, one of the better facilitators in terms of forwards in the PACWEST Men's Basketball League. He's also hit a 3-pointer as well. And that's going to do it for the first half of action between VIU and CBC men's basketball. Once again, my name is Austin Height, and we're going to take a bit of a break here and be back in about 10-11 minutes for the second half of action. We'll see you soon.
Subs in, subs in. Subs in, subs in. All right, we got 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Eight, seven, six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everyone, make some noise for Island Swish. Once again, some of the best basketball camps here in Nanaimo, girls and boys camps, and we thank them so much for coming here to support not only the Mariners, but making some noise for mental health. Get a real quick photo here at center court and get the teams warming up. just about ready to start the second half of action here between the Mariners and Bearcats. VIU up 64-33 so far.
All right, basketball fans, welcome back to the second half of action between the VIU Mariners and the CBC Bearcats. Once again, my name is Austin Height, coming to you live from the VIU Gymnasium. Quite an exciting first half of action between VIU and CBC. The Mariners are up 64-33, but despite the lopsided score, we have had a plethora of highlight reel plays on both teams. Jonathan Dillon had a beautiful dunk, a couple of step-back threes from some other Bearcats, and the Mariners have been in full attack mode in this game. Akoy Uat had a couple of beautiful dunks, including a double clutch reverse dunk there. Certainly TSN highlight reel worthy. And towards the end of the first half, both teams were absolutely spraying threes, one after another, it seemed like. The Mariners are able to force the Bearcat turnover and come back the other way. Tori Odom is going to keep some time on the clock by letting this ball roll all the way to half, basically. Odom gives it to Radliff. Dumps it off to Akoy Uat. Back to Layton. Over to Odom. Layton, as time's winding down. Odom for three to beat the shot clock, and that one rattles in and out. Close but no cigar on that one for Tori Odom, who's been on fire from pretty much everywhere on the court, it seems like. He's hit 2 of 4 of his three-point tries in this game so far. Radliff nearly came away with the steal. Van Egdom tried to find Krosina in the corner. Mariners got a hand on that one. It's going to remain Bearcat basketball. Ball gets deflected out of bounds. It looks like off the Mariners again. Absolutely suffocating the Bearcat offense. Ubaldo hands it off to Van Egdom, and he splashes a three from the right wing. Levi Van Egdom, the first-year guard from Chilliwack, BC, a Unity Christian alumni, gets another 3 points for the Bearcats. Odom gives it to Radliff, who's guarded by Dillon. Uat finds Henderson, kick back out to Kyle Layton in the left corner for three. It was a great look, tremendous passing sequence there by the Mariners, but Layton unable to finish that one. Jonathan Dillon shows off his athleticism, nearly gets an incredibly acrobatic one. And Uat off the feed from Tori Odom, able to put that one in off the glass. Another 2 points there from the reigning CCAA Men's Basketball Player of the Year. Keegan Sherman working on Odom. Nice little turnaround jumper, but that's off the mark. It looked good. And Tori Odom stepped on the ball there as he was trying to blow past Ubaldo, and so the refs blow that one down. Believe Keegan Sherman came over to help Tori Odom up along with Akoy Uat, so it's great to see that sportsmanship there. These have been pretty intense games in the women's matchup as well earlier today, so it's great to see that despite what might seem like some animosity on the court during the play, that these two teams have some high respects for each other and make sure they are all doing okay when they take hard falls and stuff like that. Ubaldo is guarded by Odom. Nice dribble move there. He forces up a tough shot there. Believe gets called for an offensive foul, and the Mariners are going to come back the other way off the inbound. Odom swings that one to Layton. Radliff in the corner for three, and that one rattles off the iron, rebounded by Jonathan Dillon. It's going to be a turnover by the Bearcats, and Tori Odom coming back the other way. His layup's off the mark, rebounded by Van Egdom. Keegan Sherman gives it to Ubaldo. Spin move there, kicked it out there to Crosina. A pump fake inside, gives it to Dillon. Grabs zone offensive rebound, and Kyle Layton gets called for the foul on that one. It was a loud smack on the ball there. Dillon, after getting fouled at the free throw line yet again, he sinks the first one. It's going to be Layton's third personal of the game so far. As one of the starters for the Mariners, he has 5 points, 2 assists on an efficient 2 of 4 shooting. He's also hit a three-pointer. He does so many great things for the Mariners on both ends of the court. But is maybe what most noteworthy for me is how great of a playmaker and facilitator he is, especially for a forward. He's always able to find open teammates as Akoya Uat's layup's off the mark. Richard Henderson grabs the offensive rebound and puts it in off the glass. Changed up his hair a little bit going into the second half. He's sporting kind of the ponies on each side of his head there. Not quite buns. And Henderson comes away with the rebound. Akoya Uat in transition, gives it to Layton. Gives it right back to Uat, and he finishes the layup, showing off the athleticism a little bit there. Tough layup through contact. The acrobatics on Uat, my goodness. The Mariners get another stop. Henderson bringing the ball up the court after getting the rebound. Gives it to Radliff. Chance inside for Uat off the feed from Radliff, and he makes no mistake. Akoya Uat, another 2 points there for the Mariners. They're currently up 72-38 on the Bearcats with about 5:40 remaining in the third quarter. These games yesterday and today have been lightning quick. Dillon down low on Layton. His post move, can't get that one to fall. Mariners back in transition, coming back. Layton kicks it out to Odom, has all the time in the world to drill that one, and he sinks it. Tori Odom from the left corner, a beautiful dime from Kyle Layton gives the Mariners another three-pointer. A whistle on the court here after that Tori Odom basket. Referees talking to a number of Mariner players and a couple of Bearcats as well. Maybe a bit too much trash talking from Richard Henderson. He looks a little bit frustrated, put his arms up in the air after talking to the refs. Crosina hounded by Radliff before he even crosses half court. Van Egdom gives it to Ubaldo. Crosina in the corner over Uat, and he drills it. What a shot that was from Mitchell Crosina, the first-year guard from Prince George, BC, the Cedars Christian School alumni. Uat on the left wing gives it to Kyle Layton. Over to Radliff. He pump fakes and drives. And a beautiful layup with the left hand. Landon Radliff, excellent footwork and execution there by the veteran guard from Richland, Washington. 4.5 remaining in the third quarter. 77-41 for the Mariners, and Crosina on his way to the basket takes a hard fall through contact. Apparently that foul was before the shot, though. Landon Radliff assessed with that foul. It's going to be his third personal of the game. Off the inbounds pass, Tori Odom nearly came away with the steal, but it looks like it went out of bounds. Looks like it is going to be a Bearcat turnover regardless, though, and the Mariners are going to inbound and get right back to work. Odom, a bullet pass to Radliff gets deflected, and the Bearcats come back down the other way. Dillon gives it to Brown. He pulls up and nearly lost the handle on that, but recovered. Dillon drives through. Henderson nearly came away with the block, but it's recovered by the Mariners anyways. Odom tried to throw up a shot behind his back, and that gets pulled down by the Bearcats. Dillon, couple chances point blank for the assist. Radliff, he tried to thread the needle there with the bounce pass to Henderson, but that rolls out of bounds. Don't think it went off anyone, so it's going to be Bearcat basketball on their baseline. Crosina has Radliff working on him. Gives that one to Clive Adams. Back to Crosina, who pulls up from mid-range and sinks it. Mitchell Crosina has been lights out here for the Bearcats. He has 13 points on a very efficient 4 of 5 shooting. That's 80% from the floor. He's also hit 3 of his three-point tries. Seeing a lot more of him than we did in yesterday's game for sure, and it has certainly made an impact. Clive Adams swings that one to Jonathan Dillon. Over to Brown. He puts up a shot, and he makes the tough pull-up. Kyle Brown, the fourth-year guard from Los Angeles, California, showing off a bit of his acrobatic skills there with the tough finish inside. Uwat, the feed from Radliff. Jonathan Dillon there. A little bit of a flop there to try and draw the charging call, but Uwat makes no mistake on that one and finishes off the layup. Crosina kicks that one out to Adams. Over to Brown. A three-pointer right in front of the Mariners bench off the mark. That one was shot by Tyson Baker. And Torrey Odom back the other way, gets the layup off the glass to go. Torrey Odom from Louisiana, another easy deuce for the veteran guard. Tyson Baker inside, beautiful feed there. This time from Clive Adams, sorry. Odom gives it to Layton. Over to Radliff, who fires a three deep past the three-point line. There's a foul on the play, looks like for the rebound. Looks like Kyle Brown is going to commit that foul, and it's going to remain Mariner basketball. Toscane Mtwali for the Mariners, Peter Lee, as well as Marcus Modrovic coming into the game for the Mariners. And Odom, Uwat, and Radliff are going to take a well-deserved breather as the Mariners are up 81-47 with just over a minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. Modrovic finds Henderson, bullies his way inside and finishes the layup off the glass. Richard Henderson taking advantage of his size, agility, and strength. Adams spins on Modrovic, hands that one off. Baseline jump shot from Baker is off the mark. It hit inside the backboard, and so Peter Lee for three. He's not going to be able to make that one, and Brown pulls down the rebound. Baker, same spot this time. He makes no mistake. The baseline jumper is good to go for Tyson Baker, the second-year 6'4" forward from Langley, BC. Under 40 seconds remaining now. Kai Layton at the top of the key. Mudrovic on the left wing for three, and he drills that one from beyond the arc. Marcus Mudrovic from Victoria, BC, picking up right where he left off from last night. He was on fire from seemingly everywhere on the court. Scored at all three levels last night and had a beautiful 5-7 shooting night for 11 points last night. Crosina kicks that one out to Clive Adams, who drives inside on Tiscane Mtwale and finishes the tough layup. 2 seconds remaining. Peter Lee is going to take a crack at this one before time winds down, and that one doesn't fall. And that is going to be it for the third quarter of play between the VIU Mariners and the CBC Bearcats men's basketball teams. The VIU Mariners out to a sizable lead going into the fourth quarter. Highlight plays everywhere on the court from both teams. It's been a rather exciting one, despite what might seem like a lopsided score. And a little bit of a trend that we've seen not only from the men's basketball teams this weekend against VIU, but also in the women's matchups is a lot of those turnovers seem to be killing the Bearcats in terms of trying to stay in this game. I think the women's basketball team Bearcats had around 30 turnovers. And the men's team has 17 going into the fourth quarter compared to the Mariners' 10. So that's just that many more possessions for the Mariners to unleash their arsenal of lethal scorers. The Mariners have also scored 22 points off of Bearcat turnovers, while the Bearcats have only scored 9 off of the Mariners' 10 turnovers. So those are some of the more glaring things that I see, because other than that, it's been really competitive. It's not like the Bearcats aren't making any shots, especially if you saw the end of the second half. Both teams were lights out from everywhere on the court. There was long stretch there, at least 2.5, 3 minutes where no one could seem to miss a shot. Noah Leto gets pickpocketed by Adams. Apology, that was Brown. But the Bearcat layup is no good. And it looks like Kyle Brown is going to pick up a foul there. Looks like that's going to be his first personal. Jackson Cooks gives it to Tiscane Mtwale, over to Noah Leto. A nice post hook there. The fundamentals you can see on that one. Noah Leto wearing his usual 16 instead of number 13, which he sported last night wonderfully. It's going to be a foul on the play there. Adams able to make that free throw. Cooks gives it to Mtwale. Peter Lee gives it to Jackson Cooks. Have a number of three-point snipers out there in this Mariners kind of bench lineup right now. Cooks drives inside, gives it to Mudrovic. Beautiful pass inside, but Mudrovic can't finish that one. Brown coming back the other way in transition. He skips towards the basket, and that layup is going to be off the mark. Mtwale comes away with the rebound and gets fouled. It's going to be Mariner basketball. Tyson Baker is charged with that foul on the last play. Mudrovic up top gives it to Cooks, down on the baseline to Leto. Mtwale gives it to Peter Lee, who gets called for the travel there. That was an incredibly high IQ basketball play there by the Mariners' Mtwale there. It was great vision there. It was almost like he touched the ball there for less than a second. He got rid of it so quick, knew exactly where that ball was going and where it was intended. Went right to Peter Lee. It was a great pass. And Tyson Baker gets fouled there. Madrovic is going to get charged with that one. I believe that's his second personal of the game. Baker able to make the first free throw. And makes the second as well. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. He's got 5 points to his line to go along with, six points now after that made free throw. And he's also got a couple of rebounds as well. Leto jumper from the baseline is off the mark. Ubaldo coming back the other way. Brown pulls up. One's off the mark. Dillon nearly came away with the rebound there. Looks like Jonathan Dillon got assessed with an over-the-back foul as he was fighting for the rebound with Madrovic. Scanium Twale checking out of the game. This time Dan Zimmerman coming in. Apologies, it's Ryan Bastian, I think that's in. Zimmerman's out there too, but Bastian kicks it in the corner to Cooks. Back out to Bastian, he pump fakes and pulls up. Nice move there, but can't get that one to fall. 7:34 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Mariners up comfortably by 33. They lead the Bearcats 88-55. And Noah Leto able to get that basket there for the Mariners off the inbounds play. Beautiful execution there by the Mariners offense. And Tyson Baker cuts his way to the basket from the baseline and gets fouled on the way up. Looks like Ryan Bastian is being charged with that foul. It's going to be his first personal of the game. Bastian currently with 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting. He's also got an assist and a rebound. He usually puts up a lot of different statistics in the box score. Is certainly one of the many Swiss Army knives that the Mariners have at their disposal. But Bastian, he also does so many things that don't show up in the box score, which is always really encouraging for a basketball team to have. Crosina back onto the court now. So we've got a number of Prince George boys on the court with each other. Crosina, first-year guard at a Prince George, BC, alumni of Cedars Christian School. And then Jackson Cooks and Dan Zimmerman, also both from Prince George. They are Dutchess Park Secondary School alumni. They're both former Condors. Adams gives it back up to Van Egdom, who gives it to Dillon. Nice crossover there on Madrovic. Crosina drives on his former Prince Georgian. Crosina, as time winds down. There's a good look there. It was a good look there as he tried to prevent the turnover, but the shot doesn't hit the rim as it was a crazy circus shot there. But he gets fouled on that one and will go to the free throw line, I believe, for a chance at 3 points. Crosina can't make the first free throw. Makes the second. And Crosina makes the third. Crosena is obliterating his season averages for this year. It's been great to see him get a few more minutes here because he has been lights out today for the Bearcats. In 11 games played, 2 games as a starter, Mitchell Crosena averaging just under 2 points a game. He's obliterated that in this one. He currently has 15 and is leading all Bearcats in scoring right now, although he looks to be a bit shaken up. Maybe got hit in the face there. It's like he's going to take a well-deserved breather on the bench. But yeah, he's been absolutely lights out. His shooting performance, 15 points, 3 assists on 4 of 6 shooting. He's hit 3 of 4 of his 3-point tries. In the corner, Ubaldo. One rattles off the rim, rebounded by Zimmerman. Headman to Modrovic, and a beautiful block by Jonathan Dillon. My goodness, he got all 5 fingers on that one and swats it out of bounds. Bastian swings that one to Zimmerman. Back over to Cooks, who fires a 3. That one's no good. Noah Leto almost came up with the rebound, but it goes out of bounds off of him and will be Bearcat basketball. Adams is going to inbound. Van Egdom nearly lost that one, but Baker recovers. Bastian gives it to Modrovic, who powers his way to the basket but gets called for a charge. That was a great defensive effort by Van Egdom, showcasing his defensive IQ there and planting his feet and drawing the charge on Modrovic. Van Egdom gives it to Dillon, who leaves it for Clive Adams, who has Bastian working on him. Some great defense there by the Mariners, specifically Ryan Bastian. Didn't give Clive Adams much room to operate at all. Noah Leto kicked outside to Bastian. Mariner 3, that one's off the mark. Zimmerman was the one who shot that one. Leto comes away with the rebound and gets fouled on the way up for the putback and will go to the free throw line for a chance at 2 points. Peter Lee checking in for the Mariners, and Jackson Cooks, after playing some valuable minutes in a secondary role for the Mariners, is going to take a well-deserved breather. He's been playing very well. It's been great to see him get more and more minutes as the season progresses. Leto able to get the second free throw, and after that he's going to go right to the bench, and Toscane Mtwale is going to come onto the court, who is currently guarding Ubaldo. Dillon, back to Ubaldo, outside for Van Egdom. One's off the mark. Bastian came away with the rebound, but got stripped out of his hands by Tyson Baker, who finished the layup there. Nice hustle there by Tyson Baker for the Bearcats. Mtwale gives it to Modrovic. Turnaround jumper off the mark. It was a good look there by Marcus Modrovic, but can't get that one to fall. Ubaldo, a deep 3, and he splashes that one home from the top of the key. Bastian over to Lee in the left corner. Gives that one to Toscane Mtwale, who drives inside, kicks it out to Peter Lee for 3, and he drills that one from the left wing. Peter Lee, one of the PACWEST men's basketball three-point percentage leaders. He is absolutely automatic from beyond the arc, and that's another three-pointer there for the Mariner guard. Dylan kicks that one out. 3-pointer for the Bearcats. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Dylan, though. Nice hustle there by the Bearcat forward. And he drives inside. Gets fouled by Mudrovic, it looks like. Looks to be a bit shaken up. He seems to be grabbing his leg a bit. And he looks to be okay. He just needed a minute there. However, it looks like he's hesitant to put some weight on that leg that he fell on and was grabbing. But seems to be walking without a limp, so it's great to see that he's okay. Certainly don't want anyone here to get injured. No matter who you're cheering for, it's never nice to see that. We want these guys on the court and playing the sport they love and providing those in the audience, both in attendance and at home, with a really high-quality product that we are so frequently spoiled with. Dylan, this is going to be his 9th free throw of the game. And he can't get that one to go. Peter Lee to Mudrovic, over to Dan Zimmerman. Peter Lee kicks that one out to Descane Mtwale for 3. And that one's off the mark. It was a really great look there by the Comox Valley BC native. And he hands it right off to Zimmerman off the offensive rebound. Peter Lee for 3. One's off the mark. Ubaldo gets fouled by Ryan Bastian, who was running back hard to transition back to defense. It's going to be Bastian's 3rd personal foul of the game. He currently has 2 points, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. He's only taken 3 shots in this game so far, and he's hit 1 of them. But as we've talked about a lot before, he does so many great things for the Mariners, and a lot of them show up in the box score, but there's also quite a few of them that don't show up in the box score, like communication and defensive rotations and, you know, being on time for those, and those hustle plays, those dives for loose balls and stuff like that might not always be recorded in the stats. And Mudrovic gets his own offensive rebound. Mudrovic gets fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line. There's 2:49 remaining in the game. The Mariners currently with a comfortable lead. They lead the Bearcats 95-68. He's able to convert the second free throw. Another strong outing from Marcus Mudrovic. He currently has 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's made his only 3-pointers. Doing a little bit of everything here for the Mariners. Adams, turnaround jumper inside. Believe that got blocked by Dan Zimmerman. Great defensive possession there by the Mariners and Zimmerman. Mtwale kicks it to the corner to Mudrovic. Back out to Ryan Bastian. Back to Mudrovic, who fires from 3. That one rattles off the iron and is rebounded by Van Egdom. Transition layup by Ubaldo is no good. Rebounded by Mudrovic, who hands it off to Bastian. Over to Zimmerman. Back over to Peter Lee for 3 from the corner. And that one's off the mark. And Shree coming down the court for the Bearcats. Tough layup attempt there by Olmstead is off the mark. Peter Lee drives inside. His layup off the glass, no good. Marcus Mudrovic is able to be there to clean up the scraps. Put that layup in with the left hand for the easy deuce. Shree at the top of the key. Gets the screen from Baker. Kicks that one out to Ubaldo. He drives inside, and a beautiful block by Mudrovic, and it's resulting in a fast break here for the Mariners, and a beautiful left-handed layup from Ryan Bastian to finish the play. Excellent burst of speed there toward the end to throw off his defender by Ryan Bastian from Ladysmith. Ubaldo Doesn't get much room against Mtwale. Shri for three. That one's off the mark. Less than a minute remaining. The Mariners have 100 points now. That's back-to-back games where they've reached the century mark. Bastian for three on the right wing, and he splashes it home. Ryan Bastian makes no mistake from beyond the arc. As time is in the final minute of this game here, both teams trying to work on good habits and get some good game speed reps here. Mudrovic comes away with the steal, and he drives. Nice power move to the basket, and he finishes that one off with the left hand off the glass. Marcus Mudrovic, who's having another strong performance against the Bearcats here this weekend. And time is going to wind down here. I think Ubaldo's going to want to run out the clock on this one. There's about 10 seconds left to go. Oh, he's getting a screen from his teammates, and he's going to try and score with limited time left. And Peter Lee is going to steal that one, and that's going to do it for this game. The Mariners beating their score from last night by 2 points. They beat the CBC Bearcats 105-68. And what a game that was. So many highlight reel plays from both teams. Really fun game of basketball to watch on a Saturday afternoon. So before we wrap up this broadcast for today, we're going to do a few bright spots in terms of individual performances for either team. So starting with the visiting Bearcat side of things, Jonathan Dillon, a very strong outing. He led the Bearcats in scoring with 16 points. He also had 12 rebounds, which gave him the double-double to go along with 4 assists. And then Mitchell Crosina, he poured in 15 points, 3 dimes, and hit 3 of 4 of his three-point tries. And then we have Tyson Baker, who also scored in double digits. He had 10 points and 3 rebounds and hit all 4 of his free throws. And then Levi Van Egdom also played very strong. He had 6 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and hit 2 of 5 of his three-point tries. And on the Mariner side of things, Akoy Uwat led the charge offensively. He only missed 1 shot in this game. He shot 12 of 13, which was good for 24 points. That was with no three-pointers or free throws either. So he was just an animal attacking the basket today, asserting his dominance early in this game. He had a couple of highlight reel dunks too. There was this one in the first half where it was a double clutch reverse dunk there. My goodness, what a special play that was to watch. And Tori Odom had a double-double and a very strong performance shooting the ball as well. He had 22 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. He hit 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, and overall shot 8 of 14. Then we have Landon Radliff, who was also dishing it out with 6 assists in this game to go along with 15 points and 5 rebounds. He also hit 2 threes. And Richard Henderson, another strong outing from him. He only took 8 shots and scored 10 points. He also had 6 rebounds and 1 assist. And Marcus Mudrovic also scored in double figures. He had 10 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, and made 1 of 2 of his three-point tries. So that's 5 Mariner basketball players that scored in double digits today. Similar story to last night, a very balanced attack this weekend against the Bearcats. Was certainly great to see. We got to see a lot of highlights too from both teams, so it was a really fun game to watch despite what might seem like a lopsided score. So that's going to be it for us today. The Mariners are on the road February 3rd and 4th against the Capilano Blues, and they are on the road February 17th and 18th against the Douglas College Royals. Then the Mariners are back on the 24th and 25th of February to play against the Okanagan Coyotes. and the Mariners improving to 12-0 after that win. They are comfortably first in PACWEST men's basketball standings. They're currently 12-0, and CBC falling to 1-11 in this game. Have certainly played some good basketball in those stretches. So, thank you to the Bearcats coming this weekend, both men's and women's basketball teams and any of the supporters and coaching staff that came with them. It was really great to have you here at Vancouver Island University in the gymnasium. Once again, my name is Austin Height, and thank you so much for everyone that came on to the stream to watch over this weekend. Really appreciate it. And we will see you in late February.